Hello and welcome to Final Whistle this weekend, and of course we have a lot lined up for you, including Chelsea versus Manchester United, of course Manchester City playing Arsenal, we should say London meet Manchester. And of course you can talk to us on our social media platform, that is Facebook is Final Whistle, and of course Instagram at Final Whistle KE, and on Twitter at Final Whistle KE. Now guys, karibuni tena kwenye show. Let's start this weekend, League in England. Manchester United are playing away at Chelsea. This is the stadium that Man United lost 4-0. Jonah, are we expecting another 4-0 or 3-0 or 1-0 for Chelsea?
No, it will be very difficult for it to go the same way. Not unless we have a blunder somehow and someone gets a red card from our side, that's Man United. But aside from that, I see it's going to be an extremely tough match because Mourinho doesn't want to lose again to Chelsea at the Bridge because he has feeling and his pride as well. For Chelsea, well, the bad lack of form that you had with Roma. So chances are both teams might struggle and get away with a point.
So you see a draw here?
Yes, I see a draw.
Jared, Chelsea have lost against City at Stamford Bridge, against Burnley at Stamford Bridge, walitoka sare na Arsenal at the same venue. Is this bad home form going to continue against a bigger side like Arsenal?
Now, first things first, Conte anafaa ati kutumia Mourinho kama measuring stick. First things first.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Another thing, if Conte atacheza na the team enye ilicheza against Roma, both legs. Yeah. Rudiger kidogo.
And Gary Cahill.
Yeah, and Gary Cahill.
Shimo.
But Gary is the captain for Chelsea.
No,
you should remember.
Okay. He is the captain, but he needs to lead.
By example, yes.
Yeah, by example. Sasa wewe umeingia huko hivyo, wewe kwanza ndio unafanya blunders, unapeleka the whole defense
on one side.
Hata nashangaa Perotti alihata hiyo bao aje. Anyway. So he needs to deploy, let's say 5-4-5-1. Unaona? He needs to go with a defensive game because that is what Mourinho will come with.
So if you are to call it
game. So if I'm to call it under 2.5.
Under 2.5.
Just play
you don't
safe.
want to be safe in terms of who's winning or who's winning.
Just play safe.
Well, right, to talk London to end Manchester City are playing Arsenal. Now, in the Manchester City have only beaten Arsenal once in 9 games. That is last season, the Olympiga, at the same venue. Jared, this one really concerns you a lot.
Of course.
Are you going to get a point here?
Sasa hapa hivi ndo naambia wawekezaji mwache kukua na hii utopian thoughts. Unaona? Kuwa realistic. Na stats ziko hapo. 9 matches, 1 win for Man City, 8 wins for Arsenal. It's clear. Now, do this. Hata usifikirie mara mbili, hii ni Arsenal straight, no tulie. Because
who is winning it for Arsenal? Sanchez, Ozil, or Xhaka in the midfield, or Cech in goal?
For me itakuwa like a collective team because itabidi mumejituma because the moment one of you guy ataanza kulag behind ama akwe sloppy, that's when Man City will beat you. So I see this match itakuwa ile more of Man City have all the possession, they'll come at us, then Arsenal will wait on the counter for them, then
and you get 3 points.
And you get the 3 points.
Jonah, Manchester City have been so ruthless when it comes to kufunga mabao. I don't know whether that ruthlessness will continue against the Gunners.
It will continue completely with full force. And I'm sure they'll even make a point with Arsenal. Siko ubaya by this, siko ubaya hata kama ni sisi. For me, what I see Man City going to do, first thing, they'll capitalize on Arsenal's failure to close down on players a lot. So largely enough, you'll end up giving space. If you give De Bruyne space, even if it's half a yard, trust you me, he'll either give a pass, a very key pass to Gabriel Jesus, who, by the way, in 2 yards or 3 yards against goal, trust you me, even Cech can stop that. So one with the space, 2 is zonal marking. Largely enough, Arsenal is well, when it comes to marking, we both agree it's not that good. It's not that good.
No. This is when, by the way, Utona Matasaka ana shine.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. This is where utaona Matasaka ame-close down every
I'm really
single
waiting to see how Matasaka will deal with the likes of Jesus and of course Leroy Sane.
I'm sure he has very clean tackles. By the way, Matasaka is brilliant.
The experience he has.
His experience is very good. But against Sane, whoa.
This is the thing, by the way. If Matasaka, the only problem he has, let's say you are dominating a team.
Yes.
So that means Arsenal is attacking more. So that is when tunacheza na high line.
Okay.
So that's when wakipiga ball behind the defense, alafu kuna a pacey forward, that's when utaona flows za Matasaka. But in this game, trust you me, Wenger will decide to sit back. So that means hizo passes behind the defense will not be that much.
All right, let's wait and see. Wewe umesema 2-1 for Arsenal we?
Me 2+.
2+ goals for Manchester City.
Yes.
Apart from those two games, that is Chelsea versus United, of course Man City versus Arsenal, kuna West Ham versus Liverpool. This is another tough game for by any standards, guys. Jonah, how do you see it?
Hammers versus Reds. Hammers have started getting their form is starting to recover. The Reds, well, the form of not having a very good, strong lead at the back, and the return of Coutinho to the team. I'm sure he's actually going to start that game. I hope they don't play Sturridge as the beginning. He's glass pretty much. So ruling him out. I actually think this game is going to be tough, but I see Liverpool winning it.
Now, apart from that one, again at London Stadium, Jared, kuna Stoke City versus Leicester City. Leicester brought in a new manager, and of course they won last weekend. Stoke City pia ile timu
Exactly.
They have not been that yes. At the Bet365, Arsenal washaenda hapo they saw the result they got was not positive. Man United went there and of course they drew 2-2.
Chelsea's done you.
Of course.
Yes,
you can see that again.
Yes. See that again.
Is Leicester going to win this one?
I don't see Leicester winning this match, by the way. And if they're not so careful, Stoke City might just come out with a win. But kama wewe ni mwekezaji, just to be on the safe side, I'd say you go for a draw because this is going to be a very tough game. They're both defensive-minded teams, so a draw will suffice.
Apart from those, kuna Newcastle United versus AFC Bournemouth. That is another tough game for sure. And then Huddersfield, that is ile team ilipiga kina Jonah. Wanacheza na West Bromwich Albion. Then of course Southampton wanacheza na Burnley. There's a game that I want to sit down and watch is that Southampton versus Burnley.
Kingslayer. Kingslayer.
Then Spurs versus Crystal Palace. That is London Derby, which is kind of hard. But the way Tottenham are playing at the moment.
Hurricane, my friend.
No, my friend, really.
Hurricane. If Hurricane angecheza game ya Manchester United niliwaambia.
All right.
Your game ingechange.
Let's not talk about Ngelia Unge because
hiyo ni mlipona.
Another thing with Stoke City, Fletcher akishafunga basi yani uganga mwingine akifunga ni hivyo, Stoke City is going to win.
All right, let's wait and see what's going to happen in the Premier League this weekend. This is match day 11 in the English Premier League, and of course very good matches to look out for. Everton wanacheza na Watford, another big game for sure that you can't afford to miss. That is managerless Watford, and of course you know Watford manager is another cool, calm guy who knows how to get points against these so-called big teams. Now let's come back to Africa. This big thing, Michael Olunga was shortlisted nominated as African Player of the Year in that 30-man list. So, Jared, let me start. Does he deserve to be there in this list?
Michael Olunga, over the past couple of years, tumeona his rise. Unaona, he's scoring goals, your composure yake in front of goal, and his move from the Chinese league to the Spanish La Liga. So I think that was a good move, first of all. So I think he deserves it, and kudos to him.
Jonah, we are seeing Olunga, but we're not seeing Victor Wanyama. What criteria did they use to...
I honestly, I have no idea why Wanyama is there and Bailey is there. Wanyama is not there, but Bailey is there. I have no idea why. For Wanyama was instrumental in Tottenham's
last season success by finishing second.
Finishing second. He was the metal in the team. It's actually not. It wasn't Kane and Dele Alli. It was actually won at the DM section of the team. For Olunga did a brilliant move from Chinese to Spain right now. His team beat Real Madrid. I mean.
Now, if it can be paused now, we are seeing Dennis Onyango. This is a Ugandan playing for Mamelodi Sundowns. I don't know. And then kuna Christian Basago, Cameroon. Cameroon seems to be dominating this list. And Jared, if I were to ask you this one, who is going to win it? And interestingly, you're not seeing Riyad Mahrez, who we can say, quotes and quotes, defending champion of African Player of the Year.
With Riyad, of course, last season, waliteremka chini, they're actually fighting relegation. So that's, for me, it's okay. But the people here, I kind of have to pick on. I'd say Gion Seri. We have Naby Keita.
The Leipzig guy.
Yeah, exactly. We have Mane. Those are my 3 picks. Zenye naona they really deserve to be on.
Why don't you see Victor Moses? Because last season Victor Moses was a sensation for Chelsea. He had been a guy who was every now and then on loan, but when he came back, he really played so well as a right back. Yeah,
he played well. We give him that, but of course I'm entitled to my 3 choices.
So if you are to call it, I know it's very early in the day, but who do you think? What are your instincts telling you? Who do you think is going to win it?
I will go with Mane.
Mane.
Yeah.
Mo Salah is here. He played so well for Roma last season, and of course we've seen Egypt is in the World Cup next year, and of course amekuja Liverpool juzi, and of course he's really doing so well. Does this stand a chance against Mane? Because even for me, I feel Mane and Salah are the biggest men here.
I think those are the only 2 people who are going to be there, but I honestly think Salah might take it. Because he was instrumental in Roma's success in finishing second and also in the Champions League, although they bowed out. But in Egypt, they have been in the World Cup since 1990, and he was instrumental, back. So they are now back representing Africa. Now in Liverpool side, he was instrumental as being deployed as a right winger. So for me, my 3 picks, of course, they're more or less similar to my friend here, Jared. Naby Keita. His rise from Salzburg, from first being a nobody, then to Salzburg, now to Leipzig.
He's now a Liverpool player.
He's another now Liverpool and probably Real Madrid. Very, very sure. So for me, Naby Keita, for Salah and Mane. Yes. But I see Salah, Mane, then Naby Keita.
Surprisingly, you're not seeing any East African doing this, because we have Mbwana Samata of Tanzania, and of course Olunga, the Kenyan, and of course Dennis Onyango. You guys are not seeing that they can win it, but again, we only have to wait and see who is going to win it. For me, I think I can pick either Sadio or Salah. Then Victor Moses can come back.
Of course, that is a Chelsea
player. Of course, Nigeria is in the World Cup next year.
Yes,
of course, looking at how he performed last season, I won't be surprised if he's picked as the African Player of the Year.
Okay.
All right, let's take a short break now. When we come back, we want to talk about Champions League. This is a time where now I think Chelsea fans don't want to be at, because what we saw against Roma in Italy was something else. But what has to be done has to be done. You can talk to us on our social media platforms on Facebook our Facebook page is Final Whistle, of course Instagram at Final Whistle KE, and on Twitter at Final Whistle KE. When we return. Welcome back to the show, and of course remember ya kwamba hii show inakuja kwa hisani ya Mcheza, and of course you can also visit mcheza.co.ke, place your bet on the daily millionaire jackpot, which is 2 million Kenya shillings. 2 million Kenya shillings every day with only 7 games, and una place 2 na 50 bob pekee. And of course right now we want to talk about Champions League, but before then you can also talk to us on our social media platform. Our Facebook page is Final Whistle KE, Instagram at Final Whistle KE, and of course Twitter at Final Whistle KE. Now guys, let's now talk about the UEFA Champions League. Chelsea went to Rome, and what transpired was Romans chapter 3. Jonah, let's start from there. What happened for Chelsea?
Chelsea, you went...
It's not a laughing matter by this.
I'll be honest with you. No, what's hilarious is the squad that Conte picked. I was just shocked. First of all, you're saying Cahill there. and then you're pitting Cahill against an attack of 3 from Roma, and those 3 are lethal.
Very
you have
lethal.
Dzeko, Perotti, and El Shaarawy. I mean, those people are lethal. And then you have Nainggolan. Chelsea, one thing I can say about Chelsea really and completely and utterly miss N'Golo Kante. If you don't have Kante, by the way.
So we lost that game because of N'Golo Kante.
1, you lost that game because of N'Golo Kante. 2, you lost that game because of playing Cahill at the defense. And then 3, you have you have only Hazard who's trying to work. Who's only trying to work up front. You have Morata. Morata didn't see him in that game until the 24th minute when he tried to make a shot and it
Did you see the chance he lost?
Jared, is there something wrong with the Blues?
Of course, there's something wrong with the Blues.
Which is this one?
Okay, first things first. Cahill venye amesema with Rudiger. Total
Bala.
disappointment. Number 2, Morata. Okay, this is a game which you needed somebody ule mtu mwenye atakimbia. He will be pushing that game. You don't need a finisher. Okay, you can bring in the finisher at the last beat. Yeah. So I expected he goes with somebody, let's say like Batshuayi. Let Batshuayi start.
Then Morata
harass the defense, wakwe disoriented, then bring in Morata. Exactly. Then so first things first, tactically I think Conte alikuwa tu ameshindwa. He had no answers.
So in this group, are we making it to the knockout stages?
Oh, you will make it.
Of course.
With a slight
That's what
margin.
Chelsea fans want to hear.
Yeah, but quarterfinals of course mtapatana na mababe.
Kwanza
And
tuingie tu
Bilbao.
knockouts peke yake.
Thank
Yeah,
God.
exactly.
Knockouts too.
Knockouts.
I thank God Mababe are not part, and Arsenal are not part of it. Now, let's talk about
You're lucky.
Manchester United. Wale, of course, the same group as Roma, Chelsea group, kuna Atletico Madrid, who are also really struggling. We thought Atletico
My
Madrid
biggest disappointment
would take this
by
group,
the way.
but drawing 2 legs against Karabag is a quite disappointment. Manchester United versus Benfica. Jonah, United, this group, as we started, we said this group was easy, and it is like coming to pass that is very easy for them. Beating Benfica home and away.
Now, for this Benfica game, one I have to give it for their keepers. Villa. Okay, this pronunciation is a bit difficult. Villa. He's a teenager and he's in the first team and he's playing in the UEFA Champions League. Chances are he'll be a very, very good replacement for.
He saved a penalty.
He saved a penalty against Marshall. It was actually shocking, by the way. Marshall was dismal in this game. He missed a lot of chances. All of them went wide.
He scored against Spurs, then he forgot that.
He forgot how to score.
The form.
Lukaku has continued his goalless streak.
One of the most overrated strikers.
Exactly.
Has continued.
I say.
Yes.
You'll continue.
And then now you have you have for Benfica side one player that actually stood out for me was Concalves. He was playing at the left winger. He was instrumental. He dodged the DMs. He dodged the defenders. De Gea made 2 key saves from his lethal shots. His shots were so out of the blue that it called it snapshots, as in.
So it's like this
phenomenal.
group, Man United and CSK Moscow might take it.
Yes, I don't know. I don't understand with Benfica because they actually have the squad. I think they just lack that drive and the coach.
Jared, the biggest winners I think for this week match day 4 in the Champions League were PSG, beating Anderlecht 5-0. And when the draw was out, you saw PSG as one of the favorites to win this year's Champions League. Do you still hold that thought?
Yeah, I still hold that thought. Domestically, unaona kidogo ni kama
hawafanyi vizuri sana.
Wana struggle, but when they come to this competition, it's like a whole other. Yeah, it's a different team. Unaona, they're dynamic, wanakuja, wanawafuata, and they actually push for goals. And Kurzawa actually, the defender, forget Neymar, Cavani, Mbappe. He was actually the star.
Kurzawa was phenomenal.
He actually came out with the hat-trick.
So a defender scores a hat-trick.
A hat-trick.
Hat-trick. You know how rare that is. You only find that with
and you have Neymar in the same team.
And you have Neymar in the same team. You only find that same feat being competed by Marcelo or Felipe Luis. I mean, but
so Paris Saint-Germain, they're still my favorite.
Now, the biggest surprise in match day 4 this week, I think, was Spurs beating Real Madrid, if you ask me. Jonah, what's wrong with Real Madrid this season? Because even in La Liga, they're not doing well. They were beaten by Girona last time.
Now, one thing, never write Real Madrid. Write Real Madrid in the group stage, yes.
Yeah.
But so long as they are
Wakipenya hiyo group.
Wakifika knockout, they turn into a completely different team. Bring them in it. You can even pit two teams against Real Madrid and Real Madrid.
You can even give them Chelsea, right?
You can even give them Chelsea. Give them PSG. Chances are they'll even beat. If anything is to go by with the past games, Real Madrid, yes, they are having sort of a rough patch, and they always have a sort of a rough patch in November. In group stages, around there, November, December, they always have a rough patch. The moment they come back rejuvenated in the new year, when they play the knockout
stage,
they are a different team altogether.
Jared, BVB.
That's another.
The same group as Real Madrid. When we started this, the group was the group stages were announced, we thought it would be BVB Real Madrid that group.
Exactly.
BVB,
I was ready to welcome Tottenham.
But BVB nakawa nakuja mahali Arsenal wako.
Anyway,
What has been the problem with BVB this season?
I don't know.
Because even this weekend they are playing in that derby against Bayern Munich.
Bayern Munich, and I'm sure in that match, ikawa ni mwekezaji, by the way, they're going to be beaten.
They're going to be beaten.
So this is one team, and mimi pia nashanga. They have all the stars in the team. Marco Reus is back. I don't know what's happening. Aubameyang is not scoring. So I don't know if they're tired with the coach or what. I don't know. Me, I don't know what's happening.
Kagawa tried, but he was
Maybe we can just say it's just that season where things that don't just work.
I think they just need they just need a change. And also remember, it's also the mentality, because now you have Aubameyang, and then you have Marco Reus. Marco Reus is already saying that he had so many suitors in the just concluded summer transfer window. So you have Aubameyang, who is being courted by a lot of teams, including Real Madrid.
So he's not a settled player.
So he's not a settled player. It's the same with Marco Reus. So they have that mentality. I'm just playing just to play. They're not playing for glory or for passion anymore.
And of course, the last game that we should talk about is the Napoli versus Manchester City. Man City went to Naples and came out with 4 goals to 2. They are like the team to beat now. Beat in the Premier League and even in the Champions League.
They really impressed me by the end of the match, because Napoli went ahead, and me, I knew these guys are down and out. Me, I knew by then Napoli are gonna just scratch a win, let's say 2-1. Then all of a sudden, things changed, and anyway, Man City is just one of those teams. I'm really impressed with them right now. I hope they keep with the form. I know they're our adversaries in the English Premier League, but we need something, at least one of the English Premier League teams, at least if we get semis or finals. I know they will not win the competition. Of course, I don't want them to win.
I see them continuing this form on Saturday. On Sunday, yes.
Of course, Saturday watapigwa. Is it Sunday? Sunday watapigwa. But I want them wafike semi-finals or finals.
Wabebe bendera ya English Premier League.
I honestly see in the final, I actually see it's either Man City and PSG.
Before we wrap it up, Jared, kuna maneno gani ya mwisho ya kusema before we call it a day?
Maneno ya mwisho, Antonio Conte akienda kucheza na Manchester United, asitumie Mourinho kama measuring stick. Aende tu hapo like any other coach.
Na ache history ya kuingia into the mind games za Jose Mourinho.
Yeah, just leave Mourinho with his antics. Where kuja ko game focus and ensure you plan your team in such a way that they will either come out with a point or a win, because you guys really need that.
You really need it.
Jonah, malizia.
To be honest with you, aside from Bilic facing the axe very, very soon, should he lose against Liverpool, Conte is another person. I am sorry to say, but I actually say Conte loses this game.
We shall start.
It just takes like 3 strikes. The first strike was Roma, twice.
Okay,
we say maybe Chelsea has never faced Roma before, so in recent times. Second now is now Man United. And then the third one, trust you me, he's not going to finish December as Chelsea coach.
Yeah. The good thing ya team ishacheza na Arsenal because
All right, let's wait and see how things will pan out for Antonio Conte and of course Chelsea this weekend. It is Chelsea versus Manchester United, and of course the same Sunday it is Manchester City versus Arsenal at the Etihad. Of course mimi kivyangu as a Chelsea fan, of course as a football fan, I can only say that tunashukuru sana for seeing Michael Olunga being shortlisted as African Player of the Year. It's gonna recognized just by the fact that he is appearing on that list. Though it's so hard for him to win it, even finishing in the top 10. Unfortunately, but it's a good show that one of us can be in that list. You can always talk to us on our social media platforms. Our Facebook page is Final Whistle, and of course Instagram at Final Whistle KE, Twitter at Final Whistle KE. Let's do this next time again. I'm Kwanya Joshua.